want to be here, neither do we. That's why we call it the obligatory. We talk about farts, food, Mike's, kids, $5,000 beds, girls, comedy, and Kermit's butthole. Yeah, maybe the facts aren't right, but here's the obligatory podcast with Kermit and Mike.
Welcome back. This is the Obligatory Podcast. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Kermit Gonzalez.
Hey, what's going on?
And I'm Mike Hurley. This is episode 88. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You going to turn that off now?
What's that?
Your game. Are you going to turn your freaking game off?
You're doing the intro. It's okay.
I can hear it through the headset.
I'll turn it down.
No, just give me the game.
I'm
that.
almost done with the game.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it. You're like my kid right now.
Here, man.
You want it? You'll get it back.
Jeez.
You'll get it back when you're done with your work. All right. You're worse than my kids.
It's a new game, man.
I gotta take screen time. All right, back in. Episode 88, Obligatory Podcast. Thank you so much for listening to us on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Google Play. Of course, we put all our stuff up on YouTube. If you're feeling really generous, you can go over to Patreon, throw us a couple of bucks. We're going to do this whether you pay us or not. I'm not sure that's the best selling point for Patreon. But, yeah, we appreciate you. So we're back. Wow, this is weird, man. Is this our second week in a row consecutively?
Oh, yeah, we did last week, too, didn't we?
Because we've been taking some time off lately.
Yeah, we're back on track.
We're back on track, and things are going pretty good. You had a pretty exciting weekend, huh, man?
I did have an interesting, exciting weekend.
What'd you do since I've seen you?
You know, just being famous and shit.
Famous?
Yeah, you know.
What you know about being famous?
I know. It's fancy fruit.
Yeah.
And everything's free. That's all that matters. What
you know about fame rather than being the before model for Hair Club for Men?
Come on, man. Is that bad today?
Hymns.
Is that bad today?
Hymns.
Oh. Let me cover this up.
That's why I should have got you for Christmas. I should have got you a headpiece with a built-in toupee. That way, when you put it on, it was just a week. Speaking of which, thank you so much for the Christmas gift you gave me last week.
What, the nose clippers?
You notice anything different? Look how clean. Looking pretty tight. Looking pretty. Oh God! Oh, come on, man! Really, dude?
Dude, it's really smooth in there, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, I found out doesn't just work on nose holes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoy
really?
that.
Did you shave down there too?
Well,
you trimmed it up.
I didn't want to go for a Brazilian, but I'll put it in the stinker every now and then. How do I feel that's going to be a sound clip taken out of text?
Perfect.
Taken out of Look at that. He's rubbing his hands like Mr. Burns over here. He's already marking the time. Oh my God.
2:46.
This is where it all ends for me.
Yeah.
It's just unlimited. I put it in the sticker from time to time. To be clear, not that any of you are going to care once he puts this out there. I was talking about a nose hair trimmer that Kermit got for me for Christmas, and I appreciate it. And you remember all those commercials like with Clearasil and acne where it's like, friends aren't going to tell you to your face you need Clearasil.
Yeah.
Kermit's not like that.
No,
Kermit's like, dude, here,
clean
shave
that up.
it. It scares me,
Fix
man.
it up.
It sticks out. It looks at me. It's fucking ridiculous. Some days it comes across at me. Just get rid of that shit. And I got to tell you, I used to have a nose hair trimmer, and it didn't work worth shit. And there was a point in my life where it went from like overnight, from like 33 to 34, like nothing going on at 33 in the nostril, then 34 was just like a fucking 70s.
Yeah, you got that
porn
Tarzan,
bush,
those vines.
And I tried a couple of nose hair trimmers, they didn't work. And then I got to where I was just taking my beard trimmer and like pulling my nose back and just trying to get in there with a low angle. No. And the one you gave me, dude, I don't know. It just like it's addictive. Like I was done trimming, had no more hairs, and I was still shoving the thing up my nose.
You're not supposed to go that deep, man.
Oh, it was all the way up there. It was all the way up there.
And
like
sound
those
359.
You're a piece of shit. Those little hairs on the back of your neck, the cilia or whatever, that people that smoke burn up those little hairs on the inside of their neck. Oh, you didn't know that?
What are you talking?
Yeah, like smokers.
Smokers, yeah.
And that's why when you start smoking, you cough so much because it's burning up those fine little hairs that are supposed to catch like dust particles and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I was trimming those. It was so far up there. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your Christmas gift.
Thank you so much, man. I do appreciate it because, good friends will like pussyfoot around shit like that, but we're not close enough. You're just like, no, really, dude, here, you look horrible.
I got to stare at you.
Yeah.
I got to clean that up.
Yeah. That's why I know you're not disappointed I put Viagra in your stocking, because, I know you're trying.
It didn't work.
The stocking stood right
up.
up.
The stocking stood up, but nothing else.
So other than that type of stuff, what did you do? You became famous this weekend, or you were hanging out with famous
people?
For
sure. So I ended up doing guest spots for Russell Peters' show at the Orlando Improv.
Really? Russell Peters For those of you who live in a cave, Russell Peters, not just a nationally touring comedian, not just
Worldwide.
internationally, global.
Yeah, global.
This guy can go everywhere, sell out shows. Like, he's just got a ridiculous fan base. How was it, man?
It was amazing. He was super cool.
Was this your first time meeting him or seeing him live?
No, I actually went to his show before I became a comedian.
Oh, okay. But you
And,
didn't meet him then, did you?
I mean,
Or you did the fan pose?
I was in the front row, and he ragged on me then.
Well, yeah, because you need to sit in the front row, because if you're in the second, you can't see anything.
Yeah, that's what it was, jerk. And
Little kids to the front, bigger people in the
we're
back.
still on the short jokes. We're still on these.
We will never not be on short jokes. And I don't feel bad at all, because I know once you get to editing this later at 2.46 and 3.59, I'm going to be like, I should have been saying more short jokes.
Yeah.
So the show was good, though? Or how did it
Yeah.
all come about that you did get... Because he was supposed to be a two-man show this weekend, or a two-person show, because his opening act, he was bringing this female on the road with him.
Right. He brings a comedian named Christina Von Hagen.
And let me backtrack. I didn't mean, he brings this female.
No,
I meant his opening act.
His
as a
opening,
female.
yeah, she's super funny, by the way.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. And then his feature showed up Friday. His feature's name's Yoshi.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Japanese guy. And I'm not being dead serious.
No, I thought for sure you were going to go into playing your music and doing all the racist stuff you usually
I
do
was
whenever
going to,
Asian
but
stuff
I'm
comes
going to go ahead
up.
and get
But he
through
was
this
such
story.
a nice guy, right?
Yeah, he was cool. And
he's one of the good ones.
he was very, very, very good.
There it is.
Comedy.
There it is.
Very good.
I like your set. You cut it short. Is that what happens if he has
His
a bad
closer,
set?
he shoves a samurai sword.
It's amazing that his closer is actually an opener, a belly opener. What?
But,
Thank you.
yeah.
I'll be here for the next 35 minutes.
But no, man. What happened was because Improv called me on Thursday.
And they said, Kermit, we know we're bringing in Russell Peters, but we just don't feel like he's still got it.
Yeah, that's
Can
exactly.
you please
know
come
what?
in to
I
make
like that.
sure this show...
Yeah, I like that. I like that how that sounds. No, not at all.
All right.
I guess Russell went up to one of the managers and he was like, "Yo, do I have an opener?" And she's like, "What?" And they're like, "Yeah, do I have an opener?" And they're like, "No." So they called Ken. Ken was at the movies. They called me. I was leaving work. This is 6 minutes till showtime, by the way, because they thought we were in the audience. And there's no comedians in the audience, so they did a two-man show. So I was like, well, Friday night, I'm just going to show up and then see what happens. And Ken had the same idea, so we both were there.
And you both just walked back and introduced yourselves, or how'd that go down?
The manager introduced us to Russell, told him the situation, what happened, why we're here. And he's like, "You want to do guest spots?" And we're like, "Yes, sir."
So did he have his host feature?
No, so
and
we
bring you
started.
guys up? Oh, so you guys went up cold.
Yeah, we went up cold, and
Good.
then we brought her up, and then the show was amazing, man.
Nice, man.
It was
Nice.
dope.
Yeah, I saw the clip you had posted. If you guys want to check it out, you can go over to Kermit's
Oh, yeah.
Instagram, and it's basically him taking a couple of shots at your name, but like in a fun way.
Yeah, he's like, so I had a.
You're welcome for this international
he's like-
cavalcade or whatever I
He's like,
brought
I
you.
hope you guys are enjoying the diverse comedy show I gave you. We have a Puerto Rican named Kermit. His brother Big Bird hates his name. Just like he was just going off. He did a couple short jokes. He's like, I was afraid that Kermit wasn't gonna be able to reach the stage. Just the basics. But it was good.
Yeah.
It was a good show, and took pictures.
I saw he stole your fiance for a bit.
He took my girl.
Man.
So but he's rich. He's a millionaire. I get it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Like, yeah. You knew
My
this day was
income,
coming.
her income. So
Would it make you feel better if you knew it wasn't about money but about height?
no, it would not make me feel better.
I'm gonna mark that down because I'm keeping that one. That's all we're gonna do. No one listens to this. We just record it.
We got people right there listening.
Hey, people. We just record it, then we go back through and we just edit out the clips we like, and that's what I do all week. Just listen to the put downs between the two. You know what's funny? A comic came up to me last night at the. I went over to the other bar.
Yeah.
You were hosting. You got what? 3
New
weeks?
faces.
3 weeks of New Faces of Comedy, hosted by Kermit Gonzalez and Ken Miller over at the other bar, where you guys are going to take 3 winners a night for the next, I guess we got 2 more of these. And then,
Yes, unfortunately.
And then whoever wins the final they get stage time at the Improv,
Right.
and like a host weekend or something like
Right.
that. Okay. So I went over there to check you out, say what's up, see how everything's going, and it was rough.
It was rough.
It was rough.
It was super rough.
And I feel like now I'm officially old. Like I went in there and looked at this list of new faces, and man, you know, I've been a part of the Orlando comedy scene since like 2009. You know, I've ran rooms and everything else, booked showcases, run new faces shows at the Improv. And it just showed me I've been so busy since I've taken this job at the TV station and everything like that. But even with my own gigs and everything else, it's been so long since I've just gone out on the open mic scene. And I recognized exactly 3 names on a list of 20.
I mean, you're not the only one. There's a couple people there. I don't even know who the hell. They never show up to the other bar.
They just saw there was a random competition and decided they're a comedian this week.
One of them got so drunk could even go up before their set.
Yep.
I was like,
I remember that.
Who are you?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I saw that. And yeah, but it was a packed out house, man. You guys did a nice show last night.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. We got 2 more of these. They're free every Monday, so you know, if you're listening to this, you want to come on out. But you know, I don't know, man. These new comedians, man. I wonder if I was like that when I started.
When I walked in, you guys were already about 5 or 6 comics deep.
Yeah.
And I said hey to you, and I walked over to Ken to see how he's doing. He's like, man. I'm like, what? He's like, man, we've had like 8 comics, and every one of these motherfuckers talking about the same damn shit.
Thing.
What was it? What was the
theme?
Yeah. He had written it down.
Butt sex.
Yep.
Dick.
Yep.
Coming on something.
Yep. And he's like, man, we ain't even got to the gay comics yet.
And right. the straight comics were gayer than the gay comics.
Gay comics were off to the side going, man, are they going to do all? Well, I'm going to go up there and talk about having kids.
Dude, it was weird. And then there's a lot of guys there that it was almost like they were coming out of the closet. Like I was like, oh, I didn't know he was gay. Like, what was okay?
Because they think that's going to be the humor in it.
I don't know if they think that's humor or they're telling the truth.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think they go for the shock value, and people don't realize it's not shocking anymore, man.
No,
it's
who
a
cares?
different culture out there. It's so you don't make the joke that you're gay.
Listen, your punchline cannot be. And then I sucked his dick. Like what? Right. What just happened? Like what was that about? You were talking about you're at a circus.
Let me just mark that one.
Point 1234.
1234. Kermit just being like, and then I sucked his dick. Oh, now we're at 102. So
102. Got it.
All right. But yeah, after the show though, I was waiting for you because you said you wanted to get something to eat, and then you were playing Mr. Fucking I'm the mayor of the other bar. And I was like,
I'm the mayor. You son of a bitch.
The only reason I hung out, like, I was ready to dip out halfway through that show because I only go downtown, really. I say I'm there to see comedy, but I'm really there to go to Gringos. Right. And I go to dip out to get Gringos. I'm like, I'm going to go get something to eat. And you're like, man, I'm starving. I can't wait till this is over. I want to get some Gringos. And I'm like, oh, well, if you're going, because sometimes you go straight home.
Right.
So,
the hell?
What the hell was that? How's that playing? That's on you. Where's that come from? Shut that off. Shut that off. What the hell? They got to pay to hear that.
You're haunting me.
Anyways, see that? That was fucked up.
Anyways.
All right. So, yeah, sometimes you go out. Sometimes you dip right back home. So I was hungry. I didn't really care to stick around for the rest of the competition. I was like, yeah, I'm going to grab something to eat. You're like, oh, man, I'm starving. As soon as this is over, I'm going to get something to eat, too. I'm like, all right, there's like 5 comics left. I'll wait for you. And you're like, yeah, I can't wait till this is over. And then it was over. And then you had to go around. And I think you were bussing tables.
I was trying to clear it out for a little bit. It was just so shitty.
And then you were playing mayor, going around, shaking babies, kissing hands, And I was just, at one point, I walked over to you and you were talking, so I was like behind you, just looking at you going, hey, man. And you're like, yeah. And then I waited like 10 more minutes. And then I finally went over. I'm like, I'm going over now. You're like, yeah, I just got to finish this conversation. With who, bitch? It's like 12:35. Who are you having a conversation with that's so important? And more important, I've been waiting to eat for 45 minutes now. But it's funny because while I was waiting, this other comedian came over to me and he's like, hey, man, just want to let you know I'm a fan. And I'm like,
who is that?
A fan of what? I'll tell you.
Okay, yeah.
But he's like, I just want to tell you I'm a fan. I'm like, a fan of what? I've known this guy for years. And he's just like, no, man, I listened to your podcast. And I got to tell you guys, I love your podcast. And I looked at him like, yeah, we just do it to have something to do on Tuesdays. I'm like, we really don't take it too seriously. I mean, you put a lot of effort and everything into it. But I mean, truthfully, it's just, you know, who knows if anything
Right.
comes of it. It's what we do.
Right.
You know, literally, if you know anything about the history of the obligatory podcast, I was told I had to do a podcast, and Kermit was like, okay, let's do one.
Yep.
And that was it.
No,
and that we've never gone any further than that with it.
It was
And,
more of a fighting until we got pressured into it, honestly.
yeah. So here we are every week, and it still amazes me. And thank you so much for the people who enjoy it and listen to it. But this guy was telling me, he's like, man, the one you did where you're talking about Star Wars and trying to explain your theories on Star Wars. I'm like, dude, I know shit about Star Wars. I'm like, Kermit's actually the one who knows more about it. He's like, yeah, but you get very passionate when you think something's wrong. And I'm like, oh, thank you, man. And he's like, and I will go tell Kermit I enjoy his podcast, but I know he don't give a fuck.
Who was this?
And I was like, what? That's not true. He's like, yeah, man, Kermit don't care about nothing. I was like, well, to be honest, dude, I actually care less about the podcast than Kermit
Oh my
does.
gosh.
And I'm like, but I do appreciate that you enjoy it. And he's like, yeah, man, I just want to let you know I really do enjoy listening to it. I'm like, and I get that a lot, man. I get like hit up on Facebook a lot, like, hey, that last episode was cool. And I can't honestly remember. You know how this is. When we go do the write-up on Thursday and you've texted me 6 times, like, don't forget to do the write-up.
Yeah.
I got to go back and listen to it just to try and remember some buzzwords that we talked about. So
Right.
when someone reaches out like a month later and goes, man, that one episode you guys were wrong about, I'm like, I don't even remember that conversation, man.
Nah, man.
But, you know, I think we state right from the get-go, this is all bro science.
Bro, it's so bro science. Don't ask me about the weather.
I don't have a college degree. I've been to college for enough years. I should have had some degrees, but I don't have enough. I don't know. When I was in college, Pluto was like the planet, you
Right.
know, and now
Yeah.
things have all changed. But I guess that's a long about way of saying, hey, thank you for guys who do listen and girls who do listen. And yeah, I guess we'll keep doing. Like I said, we're on episode 88. I've guaranteed I'm good for 100, and we'll see what happens.
You
after
sound
that.
like you're petering off already. Like this is the last episode. You're like, I love you guys, and I'm gonna hang myself.
I just want to thank you guys for all the great years here. We just hit 2 years, man. We just hit 2 years.
We have 2 years of this.
Yeah, because we started this in it was a December, January. We started.
Oh boy.
Yeah. When we were
Jeez.
sitting in that little conference room table out.
I didn't want you in my house yet.
Yeah.
No, I didn't have a setup. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
yeah,
didn't have
whatever.
a table.
You're like, my girl don't know you like that.
No, I didn't have a
It's
table. I
all
didn't have
right.
any. I didn't have anything. It was an empty
fine,
room.
man. It's fine. I understand. You still don't let people in this house.
No, that is true.
How come I ain't been on your show? I'm like, Kermit doesn't want you in his house.
Yeah, it's not far from the truth.
It is the truth. It's literally the truth. And it's not that we don't like having females on the show. It's just Kermit's not allowed to have girls in the house when his girls
Yeah,
now.
no, you can't. I gotta get permission. Get me fuck up, get me beat up on podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
So Russell Peters was a cool weekend for you.
Yeah, he was super dope.
Cool, man.
It was very. I was very lucky that he let us share the stage with him.
Cool. Well, I don't know if you remember, but last week when we were talking, this is actually 3 weeks because we did the Orlando Improv. Then we were here last week, we recorded, and then this week. But I think I was telling you last week, I had a gig that I wasn't looking forward to at all. And it was one of those gigs at a resort outside in this little like amphitheater setting.
Right.
And I was covering for another comedian who's on a cruise gig. So he had done it the week before, and he's like, yeah, man, it was like 26 and 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
Not 20, 67 years old. 20,
Yeah.
67 years old. Like all kids.
All kids.
So I'm acting like, fuck. But the money was so good that I was like, it's a Thursday. The
Right.
money's good. It's outside. You got to bring your own sound system. It's at a nice resort right on Disney property.
I would have just did karate.
Oh, man.
Screw comedy.
Well, that's what I did. The night before, I started stressing over this gig, man. Like, I wanted to cancel. I was going to call up, like, one of my magician buddies and see if they wanted to cover it, like, right up till the day before. But it's funny because at the studio, at the TV studio, our guest the day before was Ricky Reyes. You know
Right.
Ricky.
Yep.
And Ricky came on the Lowdown show with James Yan, and he was doing the interview. And Ricky said something that really stuck with me that day. Like, I was literally still dreading this gig. And Ricky goes, yeah, so I, made comedy my full-time job about, so many years ago and blah, blah, blah. And James was like, well, what's the difference when you make comedy a full-time job? He's like, all of a sudden you can't say no to the gigs you wanted to say no to before. And I'm like, it just hit me like, yeah. He's like, when's your full-time thing, man? He's like, but on the upside of it, what's the worst that can happen? Like, you go into one of these gigs, yeah, it's going to suck, but it's going to suck for an hour. You're going to walk out with money, and it's not going to matter. And I'll tell you, man, if I hadn't heard that from Ricky Reyes that day, I was going to call and cancel this gig. I was like, man, this guy ain't even a real booker. He doesn't have any clubs. Who's he know? This ain't going to hurt me to pull this out. When you have a gig that makes your stomach turn for the entire week, think about it. Like when I heard that was all these kids and 6-year-olds, I'm like, all right, man. And you still got to do an hour. And Carmen, the comic I had covered for, only did 30 minutes. Like when he saw it was all kids, he turned it into one of those kids say the darndest things and bring the kids up and let them talk into the microphone. Right. And the staff was like, okay, we're good.
Really? Yeah, they told them to stop?
After like 30 minutes. So like, I think that's enough.
That's hilarious.
So like I geared up because, I used to do like a full hour clean comedy magic, family friendly. So man, I moved into my house, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago now. When I was going through my garage at like 3 that morning, looking for all my magic shit that I haven't done in years that was packed away. In my head, I'm just seeing like 36-year-olds staring at me with their, because even the magic I do when I do magic in my show is like more geared towards adults, and it's just not really kid stuff. It's all the jokes are adult themed and everything else. So I'm like there the night before just packing up my car with all this fucking magic I haven't done in years. And then when I get there, there's like no one while I'm setting up my equipment.
Okay.
I'm like, perfect, because if this gig gets canceled, I still get paid.
Yeah, right.
And then 1 or 2 couples trickled in, and I'm like, all right, man, I've done comedy for 1 or 2 couples before. This is fine. And then all of a sudden, right before I went up, man, it was like 30 to 40 people. Median age was like 55, 60. But like, I saw the audience and went, fuck it. I left all the magic and shit in the car and just basically did a watered down version of my actual set because it still had to be like clean and family friendly. And dude, it was great. It was fun. We had a blast. People all over. People from New Jersey, Utah, Ohio. We had some people from California. There was only one person there that was from Florida, and they were from Tampa. And it was just a great time. And like afterwards, the staff, there were 2 handlers, I guess, 2 people who were my contacts there. And I see them standing at the back. And then I see more people standing next to them and more people standing next to them. And it turns out the staff who was just passing by were stopping to watch the show and enjoy it. And I thought that was cool. And afterwards, I went to the staff. I was like, hey, I just want to make sure I didn't cross any lines. Because once I got a feel for the audience, I was like, I know this is clean, but we're all adults. And I still didn't get
And then you started dropping F-bombs?
I did not. But like the staff was like, no, you were awesome, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Thanks. And I'll tell you, for a gig that I wasn't looking forward to, I'd go back and do it in a heartbeat. It was great money.
I thought you guys say, and then they told me to go read an apology letter.
Yeah. No, I'm good. And then the next night, man, I drove up to Williston, Florida, which is
these places that you go to. I never hear of them until you come in.
I'm sorry if I'm not Russell Peters playing fucking the nicest venues throughout the country.
I didn't say that, but I'm just saying, like you name places in Florida I didn't even heard of.
It's like Ricky Ray says, you got to say yes to the gigs you would have said no to.
No kidding.
But this place, man, it was awesome. Williston Crossings up in Williston, Florida. And it's just like a little resort. And I think I'll show you some pictures afterwards. It's really nice. Like, I would retire to this.
That's the one you post on Facebook.
Yeah, with the water wheel.
Yeah.
And, dude, I went up, and James Yon and Kevin White had been through there last year. I guess they only do it like 2 or 3 times a year. They do comedy. And I went through. They had like 150, close to 200 people. And, dude, it was just another clean show, though.
Right.
And it was just, man, great. Rocked it from the get-go. And, not bad. I thought it was going to be like a 3-hour drive. It was only like an hour and a half, hour 45.
How did you get 3 hours to an hour?
Because when the guy who booked it for me told me, he's like, yeah, it's like that gig you did for me at the other place. And the place he named was like, shit, that's a 3-hour drive.
Oh, okay.
But then once I threw it in maps, I'm like, man. But also the time I had to leave on a Friday, leave Orlando to be there by 7, you're going to be in the car 3 hours anyways.
Yeah, we're both at the Orlando Improv tomorrow.
When?
Tomorrow.
Me and you?
Yep.
I'm not. Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are.
I am. I was wondering.
We're just 2 different rooms.
Yeah, tomorrow meeting last night because this airs Thursday.
True.
How'd it go last night?
It went well.
All right, there we go. Yeah.
I didn't bomb,
I
guess.
Yeah, so, we're recording this on Tuesday, so Wednesday night, I'm going to be hosting the open mic at the Orlando Improv, and Kermit's going to be on stage, actually, with one of my favorite people, one of my favorite comics. I think he's one of the best comics working, period. Pat Garrity. And
Yep.
Pedro Lima's coming out semi-retired.
I know. He's so weird, dude.
Yeah. Who else
He
is
always
on?
talks shit. He's going to quit.
Is Ken Miller on the show?
No.
No. Who you?
Alex Jean-Baptiste.
Alex Jean-Baptiste. He sounds like he should be painting and homeless in New York. Alex Jean-Baptiste.
One of those talented artists that don't have a roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I got coming up? Oh, so I'm hosting open mic last night, blah blah blah. Tonight, Thursday, I'm actually in Fort Lauderdale. I'm at Kelly Brothers in Fort Lauderdale with Kevin White. I'm
curious, all these dates that we always drop, does anyone ever come up to us and go, hey, you know what? I heard it on the podcast and I decided to come out. Has anyone done that?
No.
Okay, just making sure.
But we got fill-in hours.
So.
Shut the fuck up! So on the 20th, you're writing that one down? You're writing that one down. Okay. We're at Kelly Brothers in Fort Lauderdale. Kevin White and I were doing like a 3-night run in Fort Lauderdale. Kelly Brothers on Thursday, Underground's Coffee House, Fort Lauderdale on Friday, and Cafe Collective in Fort Lauderdale on Saturday. So it's Kevin White and I each night. I think I'm headlining 2 nights. He's headlining one of them. And then we have different people opening for us each night. So it's going to be a fun show. And yeah, man, looking forward to that. I always like going on the road with Kevin. I like going on the road with you, but you don't get time off, man.
I get time off.
You never get
You don't
time
ask.
off. No, it's not that. Like, remember when I was doing Bonkers? I asked you to feature for me, and then it was always like, I can't because I got school. I can't because I'm teaching karate.
What?
I can't.
When did you ask me that? You
like
never
all
asked
the
me
time.
that. You lie.
Like all the time.
You asked me once, and I featured for you at the bowling alley.
Yeah, and I asked you another time.
That was my first time.
I asked you another time.
No, you didn't.
And the booker messed that up because you were booked to feature.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which thank God I didn't feature that night.
Yeah. Right.
Because they hated me.
That was the night someone had a heart attack during
Yeah.
the feature set.
Yeah.
Too, right?
I'm glad that didn't happen. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
but no, dude. Like it came down to like, hey, man, you're never gonna be able to take like 2 weeks off to go on the road.
2 weeks off?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, there's no way in hell.
Like even this week, like with Kevin White doing Thursday, Friday, Saturday on the road, you won't be able to do that because you can't get out of the karate class. You can't.
No, there's no way.
Yeah, exactly, man. Don't act like I didn't ask. Don't act like.
What
that
about
wasn't
Friday,
the plan.
Saturday, Sunday?
That's not what they booked me for.
You know what? Call them back. Tell them to get Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Just renegotiate.
Yeah, renegotiate.
They're like, but we're not open on Sunday. Kermit Gonzalez said, look, if you want him to come down and bomb in your venue, you're going to have to be flexible.
This bomb is very unique.
He guest spotted for Russell Peters.
And
don't you know who he is?
oh my God,
Russell
no.
Peters called him Big Bird's brother.
Yeah, great.
Yep. So, you do anything special for MLK Day? I know that's a big day in your house.
Oh, because my girlfriend's black?
Is she? I don't see color.
Oh, okay. Because you're colorblind then.
Yeah. Is that a black llama behind you?
Oh, Jesus.
Did you just hit your head?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, the little hair you had there got rubbed off. Gonna have to go shake more flakes on afterwards.
Yes, this is a black llama. Oh, yeah. I forgot my poster is called MLK. I forgot about that. I should have took a photo of that. Oh, I so missed that.
Is it Martin Llama King?
Yeah, it's Martin Luther King.
Okay, yeah,
Martin Llama King.
You're gonna post that with this episode.
I gotta post that.
Yeah. So
I forgot.
So look, here's the thing. I hate.
You went to go see llamas.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I had what day off?
I got way too excited over that.
My kids were out of school. They had a longer weekend, so Sunday we took them out to the Brevard Zoo.
Not the Sanford Zoo.
No, you know what? Their mother actually said, "Isn't there another zoo?" I'm like, "Yeah, but we're not going to that one."
Yeah, Sanford Zoo is the worst.
Like, who is it? You, Ken Miller, Dean Napolitano. Everything I know about the Sanford Zoo,
It's
I
through
learned
our
from your
jokes.
jokes. Yeah. So I'm like, we ain't going to the zoo. I hear they got like a raccoon in a cage.
They do, and they have an ant exhibit.
Oh my God.
And yeah, no, just PetSmart has more animals. It's just bad.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we went out to the Brevard Zoo. Which
I heard that's nice though.
It's actually really nice. They got like 1 second you're in fucking Melbourne, you know, with fucking 7-Eleven and shitty gas stations and Denny's, and then you turn a corner and it's like, oh look, giraffes roaming the Serengeti.
You took a video of a monkey playing with his penis, didn't you?
No, that was my sex tape.
Gross.
But my butthole had no hairs thanks to that nose hair trimmer.
Bam.
Yeah, but no, we went to the zoo, and it's cool out there, man. You can like feed the giraffes, which is kind of like awesome. The kids really enjoy doing that. They give you like lettuce and you hold it up and the giraffes stick out their tongue.
Right.
Take it right in. And the one thing that was really funny to me is like they got a little petting zoo area, and that's where the llamas were. So I went over, got a couple of pictures with llamas. These didn't.
They didn't?
No, these were kind of cool. And one of them had my hair. So I was like,
what do you mean had your hair? Like
he had my hair. He had my same haircut. You know?
Had a foofa-doof?
Yeah, there was a turtle with your haircut.
Fuck you.
It's so easy. It's so easy. Oh, I forgot to tell you. That was one of the other things the comic told me the other night about the podcast. He's like, my favorite part is when you guys just rack on each other.
Yeah, is that what it is?
I'm like, that's my favorite part,
That's
too.
my favorite part. Just shitting on my bald spot, my shortness. Dick.
Aw. Well, maybe if you weren't so short, I wouldn't see the bald spot so much.
Keep it up, bro.
All right.
Keep up with the disrespect.
What disrespect?
Disrespectful.
Dude, you got like 16 timestamps over there that you're going to clip together to make it sound like I do gay porn.
Yeah.
17 timestamps over there. But, yeah, man, when we were, so yeah, we were in the petting zoo. We were hanging out with the llamas. And then there's a cage that says chicken. And with a picture of a chicken. And when you look inside, it has a toy chicken from Moana. That little hey. There was no real chicken. There was just a toy chicken.
Was that on purpose?
I don't know. But there was no other chicken around. I was like, this is starting to feel like the Sanford Zoo. This is it wasn't even like a good fake chicken. It was a cartoon looking like I got a picture of it.
I saw that. I just didn't get where you posted it.
Yeah. Oh, because you didn't get why I posted it?
I saw the photo. I didn't read the description.
Oh, well, thanks for participating.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on top of it.
I'm at 167 views.
Look at you.
Look
at you. You're so happy.
Well, we just posted that like 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's how internet works.
Not for me, man. Never for me.
Look at him. Not for me. No one loves me.
No one loves me.
Every time I post something, no one likes it.
Nobody likes me.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Boo boo bee boo.
Nobody sends me peaches and pears.
Well, peaches and pears.
Yeah, you never heard that poem? It's Shel Silverstein, the guy that wrote the book Where the Sidewalk Ends and all that. He wrote this whole song like, nobody loves me, nobody cares, nobody sends me peaches and pears. At the end, you find out nobody is like this kid's imaginary friend. So he woke up and nobody wasn't there everywhere.
Man, you memorized that.
Dude, I was a very lonely child, man.
I mean, I got the books, but I never really memorized them.
Yeah. My favorite Shel Silverstein poem is called Prayer of a Selfish Child. And it goes, now I lay me down to sleep. I pray my Lord my soul to keep. And if I die before I wake, I pray my Lord my toys to break. So none of the other kids can use them. Amen. And it spoke to me.
It spoke to you?
That
spoke to you?
And one of my things now, when I'm actually home, the kids will pull out any one of those poetry books, and they just go, can you read us some poems?
Wasn't he the only person, I think, that's like made poetry kind of fun?
Dr. Seuss was up there.
Okay, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. But you know, Shel Silverstein actually started as an illustrator for Playboy magazine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like there was a lot of stuff out there. Like
the Giving Tree was actually the Giving Snatch.
He did some adult stuff, man. He did some adult stuff. There's a Johnny Cash song called "A Boy Named Sue." Have you ever heard of that song?
Nope.
It's Johnny Cash is singing about how his dad named him Sue and then took off. So Johnny Cash's character, a boy named Sue, he's singing the song, and it's like, so I grew up hard and I grew up tough, because when you're a boy with the name Sue, you know, everybody picks on you, and you got to learn to fight and everything else. So then the song concludes with, he's like, so years later, I walked into a bar and there was my dad. And he's like, hello, how you do? My name is Sue. And they get into a fight, you know, because his dad left him and everything else. And then after they are done fighting, the dad explains, see why I named you Sue? Because you grew up. I knew I wasn't going to be around, but I gave you that name so you'd have to grow up to be. Yeah. And everybody was like, oh, that's a sensitive song. I'm like, no, he's still a big fucking piece of shit, man. Now you got this son who thinks bar fights is like the only way to live your life. And you could have called him early, could have grown up to be an accountant, been fine, had kids. Ended up in bars beating up old men, you know?
I feel like that would have been your story if...
It kind of is my story, man. Okay. When you grew up with that, well, you had the same type of dad, man. You grew up with a very macho-esque, Like you settle your shit with your hands.
Yeah.
You know? And you look back now and you think you would have had like 18 less concussions if your dad.
I would have had my memory still probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I actually have been getting my memory back.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
It's weird.
You remember little things and you sound like some kind of X-Men movie where slowly your memories. Are you
I got a couple new memories.
You're like a Puerto Rican Wolverine.
Yeah, like I went to my mom's. She showed me photos. Yeah, I got some photos and she started showing me, and I was like, oh, I kind of remember this.
Really?
It's weird.
Is it weird? Are you happy with those memories? Are
Yeah,
they
they're
good
fine.
memories or are they bad memories?
No, they're not bad. They're just whatever memories.
Yeah,
That's
like
weird.
You feel a little bit good about yourself?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
It didn't help me. It didn't improve my vocabulary. It didn't improve
You didn't
my
see
knowledge.
one picture that unlocked everything? And
No,
brought back the
it didn't
secrets?
it didn't it didn't unlock the secrets of the
Your
of the
mind
Gonzaleses.
palace open up.
Yeah, nothing happened. Nothing spiritual. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, the zoo was cool, and the kids really enjoyed it. So that makes me happy. You know, it's all about. I don't have a lot of time now, so it's like not that I'm dying.
What?
Well, maybe I am. Well, I mean, we're all dying when you think about it.
Wait a second. When's the last? You haven't done that. You went to a checkup, didn't you?
I did,
And
and we've already gone over the results. I got like high cholesterol.
that's it.
Yeah,
I
it's
swear
not even
that-
high, but. Well, what they do is they run that first panel, and now it's like, okay, well, that's great, but that doesn't answer why I still feel like discomfort coming from here.
Yeah, you still got that pain.
Yeah.
I thought you went to get that checked out.
I've set up another appointment. I got to go get it.
You said that last time.
Yeah, that's what this is, man. Have you set up a doctor's appointment lately?
For what?
You can call in, and unless you're like dying, they're like, okay, we got something open 2 months from now.
Yeah, but we talked about this like in December.
Yeah, and I kind of sat on my ass and didn't do anything for it.
Okay, see, there it is.
Yeah.
So you're still having this weird pain on your side of your chest or whatever?
And like my abdomen. Yeah.
Jesus
And
Christ.
You know what we should do? We should start. Let's just start a poll. What do you think Mike has?
What do you think Mike has?
We'll just throw. Some people have said it's what do you call that when the starts hernia. Some people have said, oh, it's probably just a hernia. You need to go get that. Other people have said, oh, it's probably just this or that. You know, so yeah, shoot over you're all fucking Facebook attorneys and doctors. Let's just send us over.
Why don't you just put it right now on Facebook going, hey, I got a weird pain on the side of my blah, blah,
because
blah.
I don't want to take attention away from my video that's going
Well,
viral.
now you can't do that now.
Yeah,
now you got
that's
to
what
wait.
I'm saying. 179.
He's so proud.
I am. This is what I do. In case you don't know what we're talking about, so I've been doing this joke for a while about what happens when it falls below 40
I can't wait for
degrees
another comedian to do it.
in Florida. That's why we're putting this out, right?
Oh, I can't wait for another comedian to do it.
There's already, dude.
So when are you doing your joke?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? How many times I didn't put out an album or CD because I felt the material wasn't good enough. And then you see someone else doing it, and you're like, oh, obviously it was good enough because they got a CD out of it.
There you go.
But yeah. So for those of you who don't know, what happens when it falls below 40 degrees in Florida is iguanas. They're what? Cold-blooded, warm-blooded? How's it work?
Iguanas are cold-blooded.
Yeah, I always mess this up. So their blood can't take it either way.
Right.
Either way. So, yeah, because they always got to be on like a warm rock or something to keep them. Yeah. So the iguanas in the trees, they freeze up, they go into a coma, and they fall out of the tree. So it's like basically like raining iguanas. And
Right.
I do a joke about it and talk about how, Florida winters are just as bad as people
And he
think.
curses.
Yeah, and I curse a bunch. And today, like, my phone started going off because, like, I guess 4 or 5 news outlets put out that we were going to hit below 40 degrees today. And the first news story that starts popping up, like, did you know iguanas under 40? And so people are tagging me in all these news stories. I'm like, yeah, I'm the one who told you guys. Remember? You don't have to. But I thought of your punchline. So then I came over here. I'm like, look, Kerm. I'm like, for some reason, iguanas is the news of the day. So it'd be stupid now that my goal for this new year is to keep. I've been doing good. Every day on social media, I've updated my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Yeah,
And-
you've been on point.
right. And I know I'm doing it at the wrong time. Like, I'm usually at 11:30 going, fuck.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
But
I just post it whenever I feel like it.
yeah. Yeah, there's supposed to be set times and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, just getting me to do something is enough. So I'm like, we need to take advantage of this, man. So we threw it up there, and we put the video up right before we started recording, like literally right before we started recording. And we are now up to 179 views. 179 views, and that's on Facebook. I don't even know what's going on Instagram. Let's head over to Instagram tag.
Get off your phone, man. Be professional.
What? I got 12 hearty hearts.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm going pretty good there. Yep. And then I didn't put it up on Twitter. I should put it up on Twitter. Videos do better on Twitter than just regular.
I guess.
You know what we should have? We should have someone who's actually good with social media come in one day and tell us what we need to do on social media.
They all say the same shit.
Dude, what'd they say, Karen?
You got to put more content out and just keep on it, keep adding, keep posting, and keep refreshing.
Do you do that?
No.
Oh, man.
I try to, but for the most part, it's whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, you do anything for MLK Day other than have the day off and not get mail?
I didn't have a day off. I had to work.
Did you?
Oh, yeah, man.
I thought kids were off from school and stuff.
Yeah, that means I become a daycare.
Oh, okay. I figured when school was down,
Nah,
you guys were
man.
down.
Yeah, so I worked. I didn't have anything special going on.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the nice things about being the only white guy at an all-black television network is this was the first job I've ever had that MLK Day was a holiday from work. It was a paid holiday. And it's great being, like, the only white guy there because I try to convince them, like, that other days are holidays for my people. And I'm like, well, tomorrow is Robert Redford's birthday, so we can't work on Robert Redford's birthday after everything he's done for my people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going to take a paid day off. It's religious, you know? And but it's funny, man, because here's something that I really didn't know about MLK. Apparently, the FBI was so scared of this guy that they, bugged his room, okay? On a couple of occasions.
But it is when like racism was like at a super high
well,
level.
yeah, because here, when you think about it, the government back then was, let's face it, it was just as good to be white then as it is now,
No.
Even more so, though.
Yeah.
And not everybody was for equal rights. I'm not sure if you heard about this, but
Right.
not everybody was all about it. And so they felt he was a threat, but they also felt like, okay, we can't just go out and bug him because he's black, because that will just give in to all this. So we're going to say he's a communist. He's doing this to divide the country,
Right.
Even though we're the ones who put out the water fountains that say white, black. He's the one dividing the country, right? So they bugged his room, and what they found is he wasn't communist, but he did have several affairs with women besides his wife. And he participated in what allegedly they have these recordings that are him literally having orgies. And allegedly there's a recording where he's in a room laughing while another pastor sexually assaults a woman.
What?
That's what they're saying. Okay?
Who's saying?
This is what they're claiming. Now, get this. I'm not going to say who, but someone on Facebook, because I don't delete people if they're Trumps. I'm not one of those people like, oh, if you vote for Trump, get off my face. I don't care. I can have a conversation with anyone.
I can't.
As long as at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you like what you like. I like what I like. We can agree to disagree on this. You're still wrong, but let's agree to disagree. But this one person posted, oh, what's going on now? How come we're celebrating MLK Day? He's a piece of shit. Here's what he did, blah, 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 blah. And everybody jumps on it. Yeah, it's hypocrisy and blah, blah, blah. And I just jumped on. I'm like, yeah, well, a womanizing, orgy-loving adulterer. Too bad he was black. Otherwise, he might have had your vote. And this guy just comes back with, oh, okay, yeah, I'm racist. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy. And I'm like, look, you're missing the ball here.
You're missing my joke.
Yeah, you're missing the joke, but you're also missing the fact here. You don't see me standing up for MLK. I'm like, look, yeah, if he did all that, he deserves to get dragged through the mud like everybody else, But I just think it's hypocritical that you're sitting here saying, I can't believe this guy gets a day when you've given Trump 4 years, I'm like, tomato, and someone else put, or rapey, rapier. But that's just, you can't argue with these people. It's like, on one hand, you're saying, look what he did. But it's like, dude, the guy that you defend 24 hours a day did this and worse. And I'm like, I always tell these people, I'm like, man, you guys are getting robbed. He paid a porn star $250,000 to suck his dick, and you guys are doing it for free. This is ridiculous. But I don't want to get too much into politics, even though Yeah, this whole impeachment.
Even though, yeah.
Well, here's what's going on with the impeachment.
Ain't nothing going to happen, man. He's got another 4 years.
Yeah, but this is what happened. Now they're all saying the Republicans are like, oh.
We're getting into it.
No, I'm just going to say this real quick. They're like, well, now the Democrats want to call witnesses, and why didn't they call witnesses back then? And, this is ridiculous because Trump hasn't had a chance to say his thing. Your president refused to be a part of the original hearings, wouldn't let anyone testify, and now you're all upset because... you guys actually want people to talk about what happened? And Trump's already said he's going to claim executive privilege and not allow any of his staff to testify against him or to be honest about anything. And Republicans are running around going, see, he didn't do anything wrong. It's like, dude, this looks like the biggest fucking cover-up in the history of anything. You're like, see, they didn't find anything wrong. You won't let anyone talk to them to find anything wrong. Go fuck yourselves. Seriously. I get it. And that's the thing. Like you just said, he's probably going to get another 4 years. And when people are like, oh, but he's going to get another 4 years, I'm like, you're missing the point. I don't give a fuck. He's a bad person. And the fact that you guys can't even get off his dick long enough to admit it, I'm just saying, everybody who goes, they're not racist, first thing I do is go to your friends page, look at all your friends, and realize you got 2 black ones, probably because you work with them and you call them for a ride every now and then.
Jesus.
It's just...
It's the shit you say on Facebook?
Is it just coincidental that you're not racist, but you don't have a single black friend by accident that doesn't have the same employment history as you? Get the fuck out of here. I think maybe it's because we're comedians, man. We see everybody from every...
No, but you're on a different level. I don't think like that at all.
What don't you think?
Like what you just went through right now.
About what?
Just like the whole political and like getting deep and diving and just talking to shit like that.
I don't think I got deep or dove. Did I get deep or dove?
I mean, you get more deep than I would.
I'm saying it's kind of ridiculous to sit there and not allow anyone to testify, not allow you to question anyone, and then to put your hands up and go, we won,
I guess that's the ignorant side of me. Like, I just kind of put the blinders on, and I don't like getting, I don't even know. Like, right now, I'm finding this all out.
Well, that's because it's easy for you, a brown man, to walk through this world so privileged.
Oh my God!
Playing both sides of the fence.
That's what we're pulling. The brown card. The brown card.
I'm just saying, man.
Like Hispanics don't get the shit in stick.
If you can just walk through, dude. I've heard you go from white guy voice to Hispanic voice.
Nothing like someone saying go back, learn English or go back somewhere.
Well, I do agree with them. You need to learn English. Like I can show people your text messages to me, and I'm like, even spell check is like, I give up.
You lie. I talk in emojis, so that doesn't matter.
Why do I do the write-ups?
Exactly. When I do the write-ups, you'll know. Like
when you send me over a write-up, it's all blue and red squiggly lines. Like grammar check is like, what the fuck?
Your write-ups are paragraph. My write-ups will be like, on this episode, we talked about.
And there will still be 14 typos.
And then other stuff
You spell stuff with one F.
That's the point. People can read
it is the point.
No, it's not.
Let me see what I'm up to view-wise.
Are you serious? Put your phone down. I'm going to be like, you took my game away.
Well, you weren't being an adult.
I was being an adult.
195.
Jesus.
We're going to break 200 before this podcast is over.
Look at you, so excited.
I am. It's the right time to do it. It's the right time of season.
Maybe you have the same luck that Ken got. I edited your videos, and then someone will see it and take it.
Mm-hmm.
I got him on Steve Harvey. I'll get you on So You Think You Can Dance. I don't know.
And unlike some people, you get me there, I'm bringing you with me.
You lie.
To get my water.
Exactly.
But still, you'll be happy to be there, and you can only work Saturdays and Sundays anyway.
That's fine. I'll do that.
Fly me
I'll
in.
fly out.
Yep. Yeah, so this was funny. This came up. There's a dude in New York City, and he's suing Pornhub, the porn website. And why do you think he's suing them?
Because pussy. I don't know. I said Pornhub, so I had to say pussy.
And now you're marking this? Are you marking these just so we can bleep them, or what are you doing?
I don't know what
I
I'm
have
doing.
no idea what you're doing today.
Yeah.
He's suing because he's deaf, and he wants his porn to be closed captioned.
So
he's suing
porn in Braille?
Basically, he just wants more closed captioning because he says he can't understand the storylines.
Oh, he wants to read the porn. And then,
he wants like when the porn, because he's deaf.
Yeah.
So he basically wants them to type out everything that's going on in the porn. And he's actually using the Americans with Disabilities Act to go after Pornhub. Now, here's the
He's
funny
kind of
thing.
got a point.
Well, Pornhub has actually said, actually, we do have several. There's something you can click and get the caption.
Right.
So they're saying it is there.
Right.
And then it turns out this guy has a history of suing like different websites trying to get, like, he's so happy for this. But also, I'm like, dude, I haven't listened to porn with the volume on. I got kids, man. I haven't listened to porn with the volume on in years. All right? And I figured out it's actually how I learned to read lips.
Mike's a Batman of porn. He's in the dark just watching.
How can you read lips when her mouth wasn't even in that scene? Oh,
so he wants it like
not the lips I was reading.
So he wants it like typed out, like if someone walks in, like, oh, what are you doing here? And like, oh,
yeah. Excuse me, miss. Is your father home? No, he ran out to the grocery store. Oh, well, I'm here to fix the pipes.
So like a deep throat scene would be like womp 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 womp.
How do you spell?
K.
Can we get Cardi B in here?
It'll be yeah.
So, that's interesting. I hope that works out for him.
I hope that works out for him.
That works out for him.
I want to hear this. Oh.
Mm-hmm. And then this is kind of interesting.
What's that?
In Texas,
Texas.
There's a gentleman's club called the Emergency Room. And now the city is actually worried that people are getting confused that signage with the real emergency room.
Some bitch has a heart attack and gets taken to a strip club.
Right. Number one, that's on the ambulance driver. Number two, if you show up at the strip club called the emergency room and you forget why you wanted to go to the other emergency room, I think you made out okay. It's going to be a cheaper visit, They're both kind of the same, though. Over at the emergency room, you got doctors, and at the strip club emergency room, you got girls just trying to put themselves through medical school.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. Both of them are, provide overpriced services, and the other one take my insurance.
Yeah, wouldn't that be the emergency driver? Wouldn't it be the ambulance driver's fault? Like, we're here. Idiot. John, this is the strip club.
Hey, for a few extra bucks, you can get mouth to mouth at both. So I can't see that being a real problem. Like, that's a real concern.
Yeah, that is just some BS. Come on.
It seems like a stupid name. Like, I get that you want to be like, I'll tell my wife I went to the emergency room last night. But that's not the same as calling the strip club like the local bar, and being like, oh, hon, I spent the night at the local bar,
Right.
It's the emergency room. Like, if you go home, tell your wife thinking you're going to be all sly, like, I went to the emergency room. All of a sudden, she's going to be like, oh, my God, what happened? And you're like, oh, I got 2 lap dances for $20. There's more story follow-up. It's a horrible excuse, guys. It's
been hard for 3 hours. I had to get it down.
It's stupid name, It's a stupid name for a club. But, I mean, apparently we're talking about it, so it seems to be working.
Yeah, it seems to be working. Only in Texas.
Emergency room. I can't get people to come out to my shows at Kelly Brothers in Fort Lauderdale, Underground Coffee House in Fort Lauderdale, and Cafe Collective in Fort Lauderdale this weekend. I don't think me talking about your place is going to get anybody out there like, hey, we're out in Texas. What was that thing Mike was saying
I want to look it up.
About
my
the
phone?
emergency
my phone's
room?
over there. I want to look it up.
It's all the way over there.
Yeah.
Fun. Yeah, man. And this was a story. I know we're late to the gate on this one, but we didn't talk about it last week. Gwyneth Paltrow came out with a new candle.
Like Bed Bath. Yeah, I know.
These celebrities always put out.
Yeah, she was an
fragrances
Iron
and
Man.
Stuff. Like, yeah. So she put out a candle, and the candle is actually called "This Smells Like My Vagina."
What?
That's the name of the
Her
candle.
candle smells like what's her vagina smell like?
Apparently, this candle.
What do you think Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina smells like?
This says that it has a nice, surprising, unexpected scent. And I got to tell you, when it comes to candles or vaginas, the last thing you want is an unexpected scent. All right?
I wonder what her vagina smells like.
I wonder if Monistat 7 makes a candle.
You think they'll have like different editions?
Should we get a cranberry scented candle just in case?
Yeah, like what about the Queen Elizabeth candle? Like, what would her vagina smell like?
What happened to your tongue, Mike? Oh my God, a scented candle burnt myself.
So it's just her vagina, or is it like other people's?
I don't
it's
think
like
it
other
actually,
celebrities.
I don't
Other
think
celebrities'
it actually
vaginas.
smells like. I don't think it actually smells like her vagina. Like. Maybe it's what she thinks her vagina. It's like, oh, you think your shit smells like roses.
I bet your vagina smells like
Brad Pitt.
Is Brad Pitt hitting that again?
He did. Wasn't he married to her for a while? No, he was married to Jennifer Aniston. Right?
Yes.
And then he was married to.
He was married to Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know about the Gwen thing.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Who was she married to? She was married to the guy from
Tony Stark.
No, she was in the movie. She was married to the guy from Coldplay for a while. That singer.
Yeah.
He was all yellow.
Yeah.
You
don't know any of their songs.
I used to.
I don't know.
I used to. Yeah. When you're happy for. No, is that Creep? That's Coldplay.
Is that a place that's just like making candles scented of body odor, like body parts?
No, it was just this one candle that they did.
Oh,
and it's already sold out. You know how much it cost?
How much?
$75.
$75 for her vagina smell in your house?
And they sold out. Someone, a comedian friend of mine, Brian Bradley, who works all these cruise lines and stuff, he had posted about it. And he was like, insert joke here. So then people just started putting all their jokes. And one person was like, get this candle and Melissa Etheridge will come to your window.
Her vagina probably smells like passion fruit with a hint of fish.
Yeah, that's strange. You light this candle, all the cats come running.
I wonder if I got a candle, what my balls smell like.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know what time it is?
My balls smell time?
It's time for the fight corner with Kermit Gonzalez. Big news this week. Big news this week. Conor McGregor comes out to face the Cowboy. Give us a breakdown of this fight, Kerm.
Happening the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas.
Is that where you went out?
Yes, sir.
When you were with the preacher?
UFC 282, Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone.
Now, this Cowboy guy had a decent record going in.
Very good record. He has a record of, I think, like 36 fights.
He actually has more professional fights under him than McGregor, right?
He has the most professional fights in the UFC right now.
Oh, so he's like no joke.
Yeah.
So what the fuck happened, dude?
He got caught.
Because this is like Tyson era shit.
40-second fight.
40-second
and
fight.
Conor used the old...
You think he took a dive or was all up?
No, I see that. No, Conor just used an old technique of boxers used to use.
Like the
shoulder hit. No, the shoulder hit.
I didn't see the actual video.
You didn't see the actual hit video? It's 40 seconds. You gonna take 40 seconds out of your life to watch this video?
It's not my thing, man. It's not my thing.
What do you mean? You love seeing people get beat up.
Yeah, but... You know,
you got in more fights than Conor McGregor last year,
and I've lost more. I have a 0 winning record.
Yeah, it just lasted 40 seconds. Conor just he hit him 3 times in his face with a shoulder.
That's what she said.
Wait, what? And then kicked him in his face.
That's what she said.
and then he won, and he was on top of the world.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, good.
That's what she said. So what happened? They went at it. All right, they squared off. It didn't even go to the ground, right?
No. It's all stand up.
Like they felt each other out.
No, not even.
They just went right to it.
Bell rang. Conor ran out, threw a straight left cross. Cerrone dipped under.
Mm-hmm.
He missed. Conor's hip ended up hitting his face a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then they locked up, kind of like a hug kind of deal, if you want to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Conor started hitting him in his face with his shoulder, like a boxer would, like shrug you off.
And that was enough.
And he did it 3 times. On the second one, he busted his eye open.
Oh, shit.
And then the third one, he shrugged him off. Couple little punches here and there. Cowboy shrugged, stumbled back. He threw a roundhouse kick, caught him in his face, put him on the ground. Conor jumped on top. Bing, bong, boom.
Who threw the roundhouse?
Conor.
Oh,
Conor threw a roundhouse kick at Cowboy's face, hit connected. Cowboy goes on the ground. Conor gets on top. Throws a couple more punches. Ref stops the fight. Boom, 40 seconds.
And how many millions of dollars?
Well, I have, man, if you'd have me prepared, I have the numbers.
It's almost like I said right before we started recording, hey, man, I'm going to probably ask you about the Conor McGregor thing, and you said 40 seconds. And, you know, I like how you're acting shocked now, and I'll just keep talking until you find these numbers for us.
I have the numbers here.
Dude, you're going to have to show me this video and point it out because, like, all I saw... Like I said, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I did see like on Twitter some people played the little video, and I was like, man, he went down just based off that kick, you know. And now that you're telling me all that shoulder stuff, I want to check that out.
However, Conor's base pay was $3 million, so pretty much if you want to look at it, you want to break it down, he got $75,000 per second. Cowboys' earning was $200,000. So pretty much you want to look at that. He got $5,000 per second.
So he only got, so win or lose, what was Conor going to make?
However, 3 million base pay.
So he got 3 million just to set foot in the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and Cowboy got 200,000 just to set foot in the ring.
Cowboys' base payout reported to commissions was 200,000.
Why? Because the popularity of Conor?
Yep.
Even though Cowboy has way more fights under his belt.
Yep.
It's just all the fucking hype and the bullshit behind McGregor.
That is correct, though.
Knowing that if he comes in, people are going to watch.
Exactly.
And then he wins.
And he wins. Hey, man, he looked good, man. That son of a bitch looked like he's been working out, too. He was huge.
Yeah.
No, he was on point.
He talked some shit afterwards?
Not really. He was very humble. He was like, yeah. He was like, look at that. He has that leprechaun kind of voice.
Mm-hmm.
He was,
Hey, look at the Irish
not
today.
that much. He was just like, I went out there and threw a couple bombs. He's a very tough guy. Yes. He's like, if I hear it, I can mimic it. I can't hear it right now. I'm a horrible voice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So, a very good guy. Very good. Very sharp. Very sharp.
So, well, good, man. And that was Kermit's Fight Corner. Put him up. So, yeah. What do we do?
What do we do?
No. I took the kids to the zoo.
We said that.
Yeah, but we also took a trip over to Coliseum Comics. I didn't know they had one up on 50.
Okay.
So we went over there one day while they were out of school. And yeah, I gotta tell you, this is what made me proud. We walk in there. I haven't been to this one yet. All right. In Coliseum Comics, of course, they got like seven.
You don't gotta explain what. If people don't know what Coliseum Comics is.
I'm just saying. Phil over there always takes good care of us. So they got like 7 locations throughout Florida. They're the largest comic book chain in Florida. So we go in there, and my kids look at some of the comics, and then they go over to the pop guy section because we kind of collect the pop guys.
Yeah, I don't collect those.
We don't. We're not like ridiculous. God, get everyone. But when we see one we like, we pick it up and we keep it. And my son comes around the corner, and he's just, is that a pop guy that fell on my foot while we were talking about pop guys? Which one is this? The Mandalorian?
It's Mandalorian.
Yeah, he's kind of cool. My kids are liking that, too. They're liking the Mandalorian. But my oldest son comes right around the corner. He's got something in his hand. He's like, Dad, it's Wolverine in his first appearance costume that he wore when he fought the Hulk. And automatically... So they got Wolverine because his first.
Yeah, how does he know that?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Automatically, I felt that I looked, and it was the classic Wolverine costume
The
where
brown?
it had the double lines. No, It was the yellow, but when the lines around he didn't have the big ears yet,
right?
And it was, of course, Wolverine's first appearance was in an episode or an issue of The Incredible Hulk where they also fought the Wendigo, and. But my son comes around the corner and he's telling me, he's like, Dad, it's the costume from the first appearance when he fought the Hulk and blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to cry. I felt this overwhelming sense of pride.
nerd joy.
And I was
your
like,
nerd heart grew 2 inches.
This must be what it feels like when sports dads' sons hit a home run in football. This is...
This is your moment.
This is I'm like, I'm doing it right.
I'm a good dad.
I'm a good dad.
I'm a father.
And some people are like, they don't hit home runs in football. And it's like, you missed the fucking joke. Maybe if you didn't get hit in the head with a bat so many times, you would have fucking picked up on the humor. I'm going to start doing Bill Burr stuff. I'm just going to start yelling randomly at them. Sentences!
Yeah, that's what he does. So I was in town, and I was with a lady. And
I got to do this read this week. This is coming to us from Hymns. Hymns, male pride. Oh, look at this. Another
we
one.
need to start reaching out to hymns.
From MeUndies. MeUndies.
We need some
I
sponsorship.
love Bill Burr,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
I was cleaning the pool the other day, and what I usually do when I'm cleaning the pool, when I'm mowing the lawn, I throw on YouTube, put on 90s best of 2000s rock hits when I'm mowing the lawn. And then when I go clean the pool, I put on like Bill Burr podcast, and that's what I do. By the time I'm done with the Bill Burr podcast, pool is usually clean. And but I haven't listened. I've been so busy lately, man. And I listened to it. Bill Burr is like the last generation of man who can get away with just being like, oh, God, ladies, can you keep it down? Can you keep, like, he's got that kind of misogynistic attitude, but to the point where women aren't calling him out on it. They're just like, yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. He's the last guy who's going to get away with it.
He has a new special going out right now or on Comedy Central.
He had Paper Tiger.
Had
Paper Tiger come out, but he was talking about he's releasing an LP, like an actual album. And he's like, "Now I'll tell you right now, this is strictly for like diehard geeky comedy fans because a lot of it's his Paper Tiger special they just put out on Netflix, and that's what's holding the album release because I guess he has a deal with Netflix that while he has content on there, he won't release overlapping material."
Right.
As far as, and he's like, so the LP is basically a lot of his Paper Tiger set, but he recorded at Madison Square Garden. And he said he's got about half an hour of other stuff. And he's like, plus, like, if you're a comedian, you'll get this. Just because I recorded all that material and put it out on Netflix, you know you never tell a joke truly the exact same way twice. And he's like, so I'm not sure what my attitude was at the Garden that night, but when I listened to the same jokes, but like on this album, he's like, I had a whole different demeanor behind my delivery. He's like, I really liked it, so I hope you guys enjoy it too. So I'm always interested in for hearing new Bill Burr stuff. You know, I like him. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent commentary. Thanks for coming back with that. Anything else you feel like contributing to the show today? I gotta pull you into the fucking fight corner.
I don't know what to tell you about that. You got real emotional about Bill Burr. I was just like, all right.
You know what happened? I was talking. You looked to this paper. You lost track. You came up and you're like, oh fuck, he's still talking. And then you basically wifed me, man. You basically did what you did to your girl. Like at the end of her coming home, well, I woke up late for work. I came home, blah 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 blah, and then she looks at you and you're like, oh shit, her mouth stopped moving. I need to say something at this point. And you went with yeah. You fucking wifed me. Goddamn son of a bitch.
Dude, I was paying attention. You just got really in depth with Bill Burr. You was just like,
you don't have to. It's just me and you here. You go ahead and talk while I look at how viral I'm going.
Well, we can end this now.
We should have ended this 88 episodes ago.
What number are you at? Come on, let's talk about it. Did we hit 200?
Let's see if we hit.
Come on,
if we hit 200, we can end this. We can end this.
If we hit 200, we can end this.
Oh,
come on.
I don't know. Where am I?
Of course. Now he doesn't know how to use it. Those carrot stumps of fingers you got, type your name, and then go and scroll up.
Yeah, but now it's not there. It's showing the...
Oh, my gosh.
There. It was there before, and now it's not there. 223 views.
There we go.
Fucking end of the night.
End of the night.
Hey, guys. As always, thanks you for listening to us. I know you just do it to kill time while you're doing some menial, thankless job, but we appreciate it. We really do.
We do.
And you know what? Reach out to us.
Yeah,
Tell us you
leave
listen.
a comment, leave something.
Like, I know you're listening because we can fucking go to Podbean and see the numbers.
We see the numbers.
I almost feel like it's
all a lie.
No, I kind of feel like it's in a one-way relationship because we do this. We know they're listening. I kind of feel like you guys are Kermit. I know you're just out there playing it, but are you really listening?
I mean, hell yeah. You know what? Leave it for your dogs. Play it for your dogs. Leave it when you go to work. Leave it. That way we get the numbers.
Yeah, that's all. We're not asking for much.
I'm not asking for much. That's what I do.
You don't have to listen to it.
My poor dog is sick of us.
Yeah.
Look at him. He falls asleep when we do the podcast.
He's dead.
And he's not. No, he's not dead.
It was the cold. It was the cold. All right. Well, we got to get off anyways because Kermit was supposed to do a flyer for me like a year ago.
Oh, yeah. I got to do that flyer. Yay.
Yay. All right. Yeah. Speaking of which, I got a show coming up in Daytona. I'm going to be with Mark Price from the show Family Ties. So that's going to be in March. We're doing a run of shows. So, yeah, other than that, check us out. Google Play. Go ahead. Go to our personal Facebook pages or Instagram. You can find me over at Mike Hurley. Where can they find you, Kerm?
Nowhere, bro.
Yeah.
It's over.
No, we said 100 episodes.
All right.
And that's what they're going to fucking
You
get.
can find me on... I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.